Now?
Yeah, just stand in the corner, Sam.
Yeah. Once upon a time on Thursday the 17th of March, me and my PA went cycling at Ladybower Reservoir. However, things would go horribly wrong for all the wrong reasons. I ran over at the time that I was supposed to be meeting my PA at the train station. However, we would eventually see each other at the train station. Then we would have our bikes from near the train station, Russell Cycles. I chose the bike that I wanted. My PA paid and then filled out his details on the paper. Then I got on the bike when I realised that the seat on the bike wasn't right. The person who worked at Russell's hire place, he lowered the seat for me. And then I put my helmet on. And then we went to the ticket machine when my PA bought a train ticket. Bought a train ticket for me and him. Now we would go for our train and wait to catch the train to Bamford. We would go cycling from Bamford to Ladybower. This would turn out to be a really difficult route. We would go along the pavement and then we would hit the road halfway through before we went back on the pavement. Now, we arrived at Ladybower and we cycled along the Ladybower Reservoir. However, we went up on the hills and it would really test my fitness. I would then get off my bike and walk up the hill. And then we cycled to the end of the path. What I wasn't to know was that my bike had a puncture. It was nothing but a shambles. Later that afternoon we turned round and went back to where we had started. We went to a pub where we would order our food and drink, and we had some drinks, I beg your pardon. We locked our bikes up. However, my bike would not lock up whereas my PA's his bike would lock up no problem whatsoever. What we were not to know is that my PA, he had to be somewhere, so what my PA decided to do was that he would take the food away and then eat the food when we got on the train. Later that afternoon we went to the cycle rack to unlock our bikes. However, my PA, he would not be able to get his bike unlocked, but in the end he managed to unlock the bike. He would be on the bike which had the puncture, but I would be on the bike that my PA was on. We got on the bike and cycled back to the train station at Bamford. However, when we arrived at the train station in Bamford, we would find out that we missed our train. That we were supposed to be catching. And instead we would have to wait half an hour before we would be able to catch our train back to Sheffield from Bamford station. My PA, he went to the garage and bought us some drinks. What I wasn't to know was what drink he was going to get me, so I was waiting in the train station. And then suddenly my PA bought some drinks from the garage and he bought some milkshakes. We started playing 20 questions when we guessed each other's person. Suddenly we started eating our food which my PA had ordered from the pub. Now our train had arrived. And we got on the train to go back to Sheffield. We reflected on what was a stinker of a day, which was an absolute stinker, which had started me turning up late to meet my PA. And then while cycling I had a puncture on the bike, which was really annoying. Later that afternoon we arrived back into Sheffield and went into Russell's hire, and my PA told the person who had hired the bikes from that there was a puncture in the bike. Now me and my PA, we made our own ways home. I went to catch my bus from Leopold Street, while my PA went back to his house. I'm nearly finished it. Okay. Later that afternoon I got on the bus and went back to mine. Later that evening I watched television and then tried to reflect on the day cycling in Ladybower with my PA. On Friday the 18th of March I went to work and took the recycling over to Tesco. Then in a bullet I came back to the hairdresser to get the task done before I would then go up to Tesco and buy my meal deal. And then the things what my employer at the hairdressers wanted me to get him. Later that evening I've got the huddle. Later that evening I cooked my tea and then watched Middlesbrough and Hull City on Sky Sports. The next day I went the next day I went to buy my fish and chips from the chip shop. And then in the evening I watched Match of the Day, and then the taking of Pelham 123 on Channel 4 until early hours Sunday morning. The end, Sam Jenkinson, stop it now, I'm done. Right, it's done, it's over. Stop the camera, it's over.